Well, welcome to our online oil camp series. Tonight we're going to have a conversation with Ramona, who is going to lead us through a hydration inspiration class because there's nothing more important than water to support your body. Before we get to that, I'm going to talk just for a moment about a couple of other things. I didn't know if anybody had had a chance to order that Mother's Day kit, and I just wanted to show off how cute the diffuser is. Just adorable. And of course you get the citrus bloom essential oil with it, which is just, I think it's just an aromatic. It just smells really pretty. And it's citrusy and flowery. It's really beautiful. So if you're looking for a Mother's Day gift, I've got my mom one. She's got like a whole little stack of little things I've been collecting over the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to show you that. We still have our Deep Blue promo, so that goes until the 15th. If you order 200 PV of product, then you can get yourself a Deep Blue essential oil as well as the Deep Blue rub. Such a great deal. 10% off of Try Ease, and I hope that you all got a chuckle from the email that I sent out late last night. One of the things that I was dealing with last night with Ron. And let's see, the other product is the Breathe, the great roller ball Breathe essential oil. I love that one. If any time of year. It's really great for athletes, can take in a little bit more oxygen to power them through their performance. So let's see, we'll just leave it at that. If anybody has any questions about any of those products or how to order anything, please just let me know. Okay, so Ramona, take it away.
Okay, hi everyone. We're going to talk about hydration. So I don't know about any of you. I find myself forgetting to drink water or forgetting to stay hydrated. And like if you drink coffee, you wake up in the morning, you drink your tea, you drink your coffee, they're diuretics. So then you have to add more water onto that. Let's start from the beginning though. On our sheet, if you want to pull up the sheet, Wendy, I don't know if everybody downloaded a sheet or I see Julie has hers. Okay, so the Home Essentials Kit has quite a few of the oils that you could use in your water. You could add lavender and lemon and peppermint and let's see what another one I use. I use the Digestin sometimes. And you can add fruit also to those. And they're a good way to start off a new enrollee when you're talking about different benefits of the oil. And then on the, you can add turmeric, wild orange, any of those to make kind of like, well, spice up your water somewhat. I'm looking for my sheet here. Our bodies are made up of 55 to 60% water. And so we are very much water-based human beings. And so water is the most important nutrient that our bodies could have. You could go without food, but you cannot go without water. Our bodies do not hold water or retain the water as far as it depletes every day. So hydration is key in order to keep our body lubricated, our joints and tissues from sticking together, are regulating our temperature and removing toxins, making our organs work, our eyes, our tear ducts. It takes 45 minutes to fully hydrate after drinking water. So if your body is already depleted, of water. If you're already dehydrated, it's not like you drink a glass of water and you're good. It takes 45 minutes for your body to regulate that water and to like hydrate your organs and get everything starting to move. One of the things that happens when you become dehydrated is you lose electrolytes. So when it's hot, you're dehydrated, add a little salt to your water. Either the pink Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, or there's like a sea kelp salt also. It doesn't have all the iodine and stuff in it. Coconut water is the best, other than regular water, is one of the best fluids that you can take in to hydrate, because it already has the electrolytes in it. So it's really replenishing for your body. Water cannot be stored. So we're not like animals, reptiles, or anything else like that. Our body does not store water. So it's like again, it needs to be replenished on a daily basis. You're supposed to drink half your body weight in water. And I know that you're probably thinking, no way. It's like half my body weight in water. That's a lot of water. But think about it. I'm 150 pounds. Divide that in half, 75. So it comes out to be like 9 8-ounce glasses of water a day. And if you ingest something that is a diuretic, let's say soda, coffee, tea, alcohol, it's 1 ounce. You time the mathematical part of it is you take your ounce of diuretics. So let's say you have a 6-ounce coffee, times that by 1.5, and you add, or plus your body weight, and then divide that. And that's what you're supposed to use as your guide to replenish as far as when you're drinking something that's a diuretic. I know that typically when it's warm out, I'm an iced tea person. I love iced tea. And I will find that I will forego the water and drink the tea. And before I know it, I don't understand why I've got a headache, or my focus is off. All that goes hand in hand with dehydration. Some of the signs and symptoms of dehydration is dry mouth. Your eyes become dry and they don't make tears as readily. Your skin becomes clammy. Your sweating kind of stops. And even if you're dehydrated, you might notice on your hands where your skin becomes kind of wrinkly. It kind of shrivels up. It's because all of the moisture is going from your skin and your other organs into your to kind of process. It goes up into your brain, so all your fluid is just making so that your organs keep working and your brain keeps functioning. You might experience muscle cramps, nausea or vomiting, heart palpitations, lightheadedness when standing, weakness, headache, and decreased urine output. And it could also cause constipation. So these are all things that dehydration can cause. And what happens to your body when dehydration sets in is that it causes internal organ damage. So it affects your kidneys, it affects your liver, and it affects your brain. What happens with your kidneys is, because that's usually one of the first things where you feel it is in your kidneys and your, is waste builds up. The buildup of waste and acid in the body, and it can clog your kidneys with a muscle protein. So it makes the functioning harder of the kidneys. So let's see here. Some of the ways that I've found to kind of spruce up my water and kind of kick it up a notch and make it interesting is there's a couple recipes on here. That one's called the Pink Bliss. And this says purified water. You don't have to do, I mean, filtered water. You can do whatever water you drink. It doesn't really matter. You can add some strawberries to it. Do a drop to 4 ounces of basil. And then add your pink Himalayan salt. And I just salt it to taste. I mean, just add a little bit. You don't need a whole lot in there. You could just pinch it, throw it in. There's not like science to add in the salt to your water. I mean, and typically we've all been told that, you know, it's like, no, you don't want salt. You don't want to add salt, but our bodies actually need salt. Then there's a lemon lime fizz. That's kind of my favorite. I love that lemon lime fizz. So you can do sparkling water, or you can just do regular water. It's whatever works for you. You can do equal drops of lemon and lime, and 1 drop to 4 ounces of water. So that's kind of like the mathematical part of it. It's like 1 drop to 4 ounces. I mean, I don't like it super strong. So I just do, I'll do 1 drop to like 8 ounces of water. So it's like whatever works with you, just play with it. The next one, it's called Baby Relax because of the Roman chamomile. And there again, it calls for purified water, but whatever water. So you could do 1 drop of Roman chamomile, 1 drop of lavender to the same amount of water, 4 ounces, 8 ounces, whatever suits you, whatever your taste is. The ones above, where it says then add, you know, like the ginger, the turmeric, the wild orange, those are all oils that are, not to say that some of the other oils aren't good for our body, but these all generally have a purpose. Like if you're experiencing an upset stomach, you can have a glass of water and add some ginger to it. Or during like cold season, you can do just hot water with some ginger, a drop of ginger and a drop of lemon in there, whatever makes you feel good. And then you want a super fruity one, you could do the wild orange, the lime, and the tangerine. That's always good. It's kind of summer drink. Are there any questions?
No, I don't have a question necessarily, but I was wondering if anybody had ever had any incidences of dehydration, whether it be moderate or severe. And maybe you can, Julie, can you share what happened? Give us a little backstory on that.
I actually went in and I had a heat stroke, a real heat stroke. Some of that was from lack of water, you know, not forcing enough fluid in the heat and working outside. And it was pretty severe. I ended up going to the hospital and was put on IV fluids. Yeah, the body really does not like being dried out. It was very severe. And once you've had that, you're more prone to that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, once your body has dehydrated like that, you're more prone to that, is what they told me at the hospital. And I'm on I'm on a antihistamine and I'm on a water pill for my blood pressure. And so I really, you know, that's why you always see me with a water bottle. Plus I'm outside. You know, it's also very drying working outside in the wind. You know, the wind seems to dry you out too, you know, like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, because I've been working outside in this horrible wind. And, but, you know, I have a water bottle with me at all times. So I love this because hydration is so key. I did another cleanse and I was going to ask Ramona this, different styles of drinking, flushing versus sipping. Did you find anything about that? I did a cleanse and one of the leaders of the cleanse talked about there are certain times when you should flush. Like first thing in the morning, I'll try to chug 8 ounces of water just to chug it, flush my body, and rehydrate my organs from the night to get things moving. I had never heard that before.
You know, we've kind of learned a little bit. I mean, I haven't necessarily done the whole flushing thing, but I have, you know, it's like I've been doing the celery juice first thing in the morning and then drinking a kind of like a room temperature water right after that, because that is supposed to like get things moving, which would be the flushing or the same concept of that, just with the celery juice before that. And then you're not supposed to eat anything for like 30 or like 20, 30 minutes because you're waiting for your body to take it all in. And that's, you know, it seems like that 30 to 45 minute window is what the body needs in order to like take it in and start processing it is what my gist is on what kind of happening with it. One of the things that we did on the cleanse, which I hadn't done before, was a saltwater cleanse, like a flush, where you take, what is it, like 2 tablespoons of salt, you add it to a quart of water, and you drink that down. And then it's supposed to help reset your body and flush out all the toxins that are down in your kidneys and your liver and all of that, and then moves it out and cleans out your intestinal tract, which your intestinal tract, I mean, when you're not hydrated, all that stuff just sits there. It doesn't really move because you figure if you're constipated, it's not moving on a daily basis. And so it's just sitting there and kind of fermenting in your intestinal. So it's building up more and more toxins within your system, and which gets into your bloodstream, and it's got to move out somehow. So.
Did you find that you were more thirsty after drinking that salt water?
No, I mean, I don't mind salt like that. It didn't bother me, but with some other people, it made them nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
So they felt like nauseous drinking it. So they say that take a lemon and just kind of lick on the lemon a little bit, and it takes away that nauseousness or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, which I didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely works. I mean, that was something that was kind of amazing that I had never done before, and found that it like did its purpose and worked well.
Mm-hmm. I'd heard of that before, but I had never done it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have had so much energy and focus that, it's like that before I had that whole brain fog thing
Mm-hmm.
going, and being finding it difficult like midday to later in the day to kind of stay focused and everything. And now it's like from the time I get up until the time I go to bed, I feel like I got the energy to go nonstop, which is totally different, which I didn't have that before, the whole cleansing part of it. So,
Yeah.
but I drink a ton of water now too, which,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I had gotten into this ritual of waking up in the morning and having my coffee. And in my mind, I was like, oh my God, I love my coffee. I was like, I love it. I would sit there and sip on my coffee and, just like veg out first thing in the morning, right? And get my body moving. And after, when I compare the two with being hydrated now completely, I have so much more energy now. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had coffee or anything, a diuretic like that in over 21 days. And you
Mm-hmm.
think 21 days, I'm never going to make it. But you do. It's like, I used to have a really bad sweet tooth. I would get that salty, sweet craving, and I would be like, I swear I would open up my cabinet and it would be like the Cookie Monster. I would be in there and I would be like moving stuff and grabbing, it's like whatever sweet or salty I could find, because I don't typically buy it, right? My husband will go out and he'll go shopping, and we'd have these chips and we'd have these little candy bars that he would bring home. And I tell you what, I would mow down on that. It was like, that was good stuff. And now it's like after that, after the first week, I don't have that. And I have found that I don't crave that salt that I used to crave. And that salt comes from your body's needing that replenishment because it's dehydrated. So
the coffee detox is kind of a big deal, and I did it. It'll be a year in June that I've been off coffee, but it took me several months to really get off of it. As a matter of fact, we rent a place in Sardine Lake in August, and so I'd been off coffee for a couple of months at that time. And it was my ritual to go into Starbucks and get a little cup of coffee for the drive on 80 up towards Truckee. And I was excited to be going on vacation. I love this little area that we rent, this cabin. The dog was in the car. Everything was all packed up. And I had my coffee and I was playing music on the radio, and it was all Beatles music. So I knew every song and I was singing at the top of my voice. And when I got to the cabin, Bob had gone in his truck, so he was there before me. And by the time I got to the cabin, I was totally wired. It was like I was on crack. And I was saying, Bob, I think we should buy ukuleles, and I think we should learn how to play them for all of our friends. And I think we should learn how to play the Beatles music, because I think everybody would love that. And it'd be really good for us as a couple. It's just like nuts. So hot coffee was one of the best things I had done. I was dealing with a lot of stomach upset because coffee's really got a lot of acid in it. And then we cover that up, of course, with sugar. And so it's not so healthy for you. But a lot of people are into the ritual of coffee, that they get up in the morning and that's their ritual. So sometimes when I tell people I don't drink coffee, they ask me, well, what do you drink in the morning? They just can't imagine like having a cup of tea or just starting your day with a glass of water. It's just a mindset, it's just getting yourself into a new habit, and it takes a while. So I always tell people there's no perfect cleanse, and if you want to go off coffee, there's a cleanse, and it's you and how you approach it. That's the way it goes. I wondered if it would be okay if we went through some of the oils that are on this list.
Sure.
And just kind of talk about what some of the benefits of them are. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to go in order of your list because I actually have my book open to basil. So I'm going to read about that one. It's good for people that suffer from adrenal fatigue. And this is something that Amanda and I talked about last week or so. And if you're not familiar with adrenal fatigue, it's really one to keep in mind, especially if you do any work with other people in their wellness. So adrenals are small glands that are just above your kidneys, and they secrete a hormone called cortisol. And please, if you have any comments, please just jump right in. And cortisol is the stress hormone in the body. And it's a evolutionary hormone, meaning it was useful for us when we were hunters and gatherers, because you'd have that surge of cortisol when you were threatened, when you had danger. And it affects your body physically, your arms and your legs to move so you can run away and run for your life. But these days, we don't have that many physical threats against us, but we have more stress threats, emotional threats. So like Julie was on the call at the beginning, and she was saying she spent all this time on her computer. And for a lot of people, they're up against deadlines, right? They have to get this work done. And so they can have that surge of cortisol through the body with no real physical outlet. So it just kind of accumulates in the body. It loves to attach itself to the fat cells in your abdomen. There's a lot of really weird symptoms that are associated with adrenal fatigue. Everything from heart palpitations to a dry skin, to pain and mood issues and weird cravings. Candida is kind of the best friend with adrenal fatigue. So it's a really interesting one to kind of keep in mind if you do wellness work with others, because a lot of people are dealing with adrenal issues. So basil is a really a nice oil that they could put just habitually in their water to assist the adrenal glands. Loss of sense of smell. My husband actually is dealing with a loss of sense of smell, and I've been asking him to inhale peppermint just to have it in his TV room and just sniff it every now and then. But again, if you have it in your water, you can take it in aromatically. Mental fatigue and focus. Being dehydrated, of course, just as Remed, you're going to be a little off with your focus. You're going to feel a little overwhelmed, a little fuzzy. So there's really some great therapeutic reasons to go ahead and use the essential oils in your water. Let's go ahead and read about turmeric, because I think for some of us that's still kind of a new one. Let me look it up. Does anybody use turmeric in their water now, or take turmeric?
I do.
In any sort of, yeah. And so Julie, can you want to talk about that?
I'm using turmeric and frank, 5 drops at each morning and night for my inflammation, just as a support. It seems to really help. A lot of the swelling in my joints has gone down. I actually really, really like the smell of turmeric. It smells like cigars to me. That doesn't mean I want to taste it. I might want to smoke it, but I don't think I want to taste it. So I'm happy with my veggie caps. But no, I've been doing that. It's kind of like it was in the skinny jeans, the skinny jeans a few months ago. And I've just continued to take the turmeric. I'm now going to start using it on my dog and her little ACL problem. So I don't know.
You can make those
I wish they would come out with turmeric in a soft gel.
I wrote to Emily Wright and I asked her if we could have those.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vision wants those too. Yeah.
Yeah. So our turmeric is a great way to get in that particular spice, if you will. I think most of us, myself included, were just really more knowledgeable about the spice, coming in a powder. And you can certainly use that in water and in cooking therapeutically. But from what I understand, the essential oil is what they call bioavailable. So it's easier for your body to take that essential oil in. It doesn't have to do any little tricks to break it down and use it. So for turmeric, cancer, tumor, and autoimmune disorders, joint pain, swelling, and arthritis, fungal and bacterial or viral infections, Alzheimer's, stroke, poor blood supply. It's a blood and lymph purifier, liver and gallbladder detox. This is why I put it in dog treats, intestinal worms and parasites. God, Tinkerbell is just the biggest sidewalk snacker ever. Acne, eczema, psoriasis, depression, ulcers, compromised intestinal flora, poor circulation, diabetes, metabolism issues, high cholesterol, cough and respiratory issues, sore muscles and menstrual cramps, cavities and oral health, insect repellent, bites and stings. And it doesn't say for skincare, but I was reading something the other day about how women from India use the turmeric powder, the spice, to wash their face. They have kind of gorgeous skin, so there might be something to that. So that would be a great one to take, just about anybody. So you're putting it in a veggie cap, right, Julie? Is anybody putting drops of it in water?
I put it in water.
And just drops? Does it have that smell, or can you taste it?
It does. No, you can taste it a little bit. It's not too bad. I add like wild orange to it, or lime, or the grapefruit, and that helps it. Yeah, I don't drink it by itself.
Yeah, it's not a very nice taste to me. Let's see, does anybody want to talk about any of this other? Happy with me just reading from the book, which I'm happy to do. All right, I'll just do like one or two more, okay? So how about ginger? I would think about ginger, a good one if you have a stomach upset. So putting that in water could actually be very beneficial if you're dealing with a digestive issue. But some of its other uses are for spasms, cramps, and stools, and nausea, morning sickness, and loss of appetite, motion sickness or vertigo, memory and brain support, heartburn and reflux. That's really interesting. Alcohol addiction, hormone and blood sugar imbalances, colic, constipation, congestion, sinusitis, colds and flu. Yeah, so that's a pretty good one. Has anybody ordered the ginger drops?
Yes. I haven't received them yet, but I did order them. I'm excited about them. I love ginger. I put, kick with it, eat it. I buy it dried, so.
Yeah, I do too. Let's do the Roman chamomile, which is kind of an unsung hero. It's one that I mentioned in this little video that I made yesterday. Roman chamomile is a natural antihistamine. So if you deal with a little bit of a runny nose or sneezing, that's a great one to take in. And you can put that with the lemon, lavender, and peppermint, as I suggested last night. You can put it in a roller ball and just have that top. But Roman chamomile has some other uses. It's good for dogs too, by the way. Hi, Lou.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so Roman chamomile, top uses: stress and shock, dry, irritated, and aging skin. If you have low blood pressure, sciatica and lower back pain, insomnia and overexcitement, PMS and cramps, fevers and earaches, anger, irritability, and agitation, parasites and worms, anorexia, insect bites, bee and hornet stings, allergies and itchy eyes. And yeah, that's a good one. Kind of an unsung hero. We don't really hear about Roman chamomile that often. Comes in a 5 ml bottle. It's kind of the smaller one. But I use it a lot. I've made lots of things for Tinkerbell with Roman chamomile. It's in our dog series, our pet care series classes. Okay, so do you want to move on and talk about this other sheet? Oh,
I
this is
want
what
to
we
add,
want to.
Wendy, if I can add one thing for the Roman chamomile. One of the information pamphlets that I have, it says helps the liver reject and discharge poisons for the Roman chamomile.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that would be good one too.
Good liver detox.
Yeah.
So was the second page just, not just, but you need to go through some of that too?
I think the second page was primarily the information, more so on hydration, the functions of the water in the body, and the signs and symptoms of dehydration. And then it has the mathematical equation in order to figure out how many ounces you're supposed to drink a day, depending on your body weight.
Excellent, great. And I have a friend, she's a doTERRA wellness advocate, who is also a esthetician, and I had gone for just a little facial, and she, I was thinking I was going to be buying some products from her just to help my skin out, right? And she said, Wendy, the best thing you can do for your body, for your skin, is to drink water.
Drink water.
Best thing you can do for your skin. And that's true, isn't it? And I think as we get older, it's just a little less interesting, or I don't know what the problem is, but it seems like older people just don't get in enough water. They just don't drink enough water. You can also get water from...
There are senses, from some of the information I was gathering, is as we age, our senses slow down. So it's like our brain slows a little bit, which is telling us that, oh yeah, you're thirsty or you're dehydrated. So all that slows down, and I think some of that is our wiring. We just don't drink enough water as we get older, you know. So even our organs slow down, so the output is even less, you know, as far as, you know, getting rid of the excess water in the body. And that's where you see a lot of the swelling and the bloatiness and stuff comes from, you know.
And even some of those other issues like mood and fatigue and pain, all that's coming from a lack of dehydration. But, you know, how often do your doctors tell you to drink more water? They'll just be happy to get you a pill, right?
Yeah.
Running a cool mist humidifier in your room at night adds moisture. I mean, you can like press out those wrinkles and you can wake up looking younger. But it's hydrating your skin as you sleep.
I was gonna say, probably as we get older, we just don't want to go to the bathroom as much. You keep drinking all the water, and you're like, dang it, I have to go to the bathroom again.
That's true.
That is a very...
It's a convenience thing at that point, right?
Yeah.
Genius. I think that's probably it altogether. To see the Living magazine that just came out, there's a 2-page article on water.
Yeah, great article on water.
You know, and I love that about the doTERRA magazine. It's not all essential oils. It's really about being well and just taking really good care of yourself. Yeah, I thought that was great that was in there. Is there anything else that we want to talk about? Anything else about water that we want to continue with? Okay.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Then I'm just going to move on. I'm going to thank you so much for that, Ramona. It was really a great class, and I hope that you'll be able to share that with other people. How did you find putting the worksheet together?
You know, once I got the hang of it, it was pretty good. And I have to say, I love that Lucid press. So, yeah. I actually just signed up for that, the Lucid Pro or whatever it is. I was like, oh my gosh, I texted Julie and I said, I have a feeling I'm going to be using this quite a bit. So yeah, I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
And Amanda, I would say to you that if you're interested in using Lucid Press, I can give you my password and my login details. And this is what I've done for Tara. She just can come in and she can make her own flyers or ebooks or whatever, trifolds, whatever you want to make. Because it's about, what is it, about $150 for that program?
Yeah, and I think there's a sale going on right now where it was like $155 for a year on the Pro.
Yeah.
I'm going to let my baby
Yeah,
in.
it's a real. So if you're interested in that, Amanda, I'd be happy to help you with that.
Okay.
You got in an email, I think, a note from doTERRA. Oh, Lucy. Yeah, you got it too, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
So Julie, you download it and print it from the email. Julie, did you download and print it from the email?
I did.
Yeah, so they gave these out at leaderships.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that you don't have to buy them from doTERRA, but they're kind of nice booklets. And I read it a couple of times and I'm pretty impressed with how they put this together. It's really nice for people that are like on the fence about maybe they want to do this doTERRA thing, maybe they don't know how to do it, they don't feel like they have the right skills. And so it kind of leads you through why you want to sell and how you're going to approach people. I think it's really good. And I wondered if anybody would be interested, we could either physically get together or we could do a Zoom call and we could kind of go over it together. Perhaps Kimberly would want to do that with our builders group, but if you want to do it with me, I'd be happy to go through that with you. It seems like a really nice guide. And it does bring in your skills from the skill finder. So if you haven't done that yet, that would be great if you could do that. Does everybody know what that is? Ramona, have you done that before, the skill finder?
Yes, I've done that.
What's your top?
I forget. I was just like, I was like, when I did it, I was like, oh yeah, that's me. And then I was like, I don't know. I kind of went out the window and now I feel like I'm evolving into this totally different person when I'm out there after Green Market. And I'm like, come here, let me get my mister. Oh, smell this. I was like, that is totally way outside my personality, but that's kind of incorporated in there now.
I think when you're involved with the doTERRA, you really do grow. Your skill set grows because you're excited about sharing the product. You know that you're helping people. You know it's a great company. So you kind of get out there. You put yourself in other people's.
I think a lot of it
the Green Market go?
It's going really well. I think a lot of it too is confidence. It's like feeling better equipped to talk about the product and all the benefits of each oil, and because there's a lot of oils and all different benefits of them and what they're used for. And it's like we've had people come to us for they're experiencing neuropathy, diabetes, it just all sorts of stuff. His skin problems. So it's just feeling it's like knowledge is key. So I feel like I'm constantly growing.
I'm going to ask you about that. So you said that you have, these are my words, not yours, but a little bit more product knowledge.
Yes.
And how did you acquire that product knowledge? Was it through direct experience? Was it through reading, through classes like this?
You know what? It's through all of that. I have found that you have to be active. I mean, part of it is you have to be engaged in talking with your peers, your mentors, within you know, doTERRA, like you. I mean, it's like, how much have I learned from you, you know, and Julie and Kathy and everybody. And then actually getting out there. And I have found that at first I felt a little insecure, you know, talking to people, because I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say, or what am I going to do if they ask me a question that I don't have any idea about? And I've learned that it's not a big deal. You just say, oh, you know what, let me just get your information and I'll be happy to get back to you on that, you know? So, and they're more than happy to give you their information and have you get back to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and actually there's something really kind of liberating about all that. You don't have to be a walking oil encyclopedia. You don't have to have anything memorized. So look, I've been doing doTERRA for what, almost 3 years or so. And I don't have it all memorized. And I don't always understand the illnesses that people tell me that they have. If I knew that, I would be a different profession. Be Dr. Wendy, you know? But I don't. And so it's okay to say, I don't know, and I have to, you know, get back to you on that, or just learn how to use an app. Hi, Lou. Use an app, or have a book with you that you can use right there on the spot. And that empowers the person that you're talking to understand that they don't need to have a medical degree in order to help other people understand how to use the products. But I think in some cases that I do want to have a little bit more product knowledge. Like Amanda and I were talking about how we're not really that comfortable selling something that we really don't know how it works. And I was really apprehensive with the supplements for a long time because I didn't take them. I didn't really get them. And it wasn't until I had my own aha moments that now I'm really comfortable talking about the products. And I had to do a little bit of research and understand what each product within that Lifelong Vitality box actually did. And once I got the language down, it's easy to talk about it with other people. I have own experience, and then I have that product knowledge just from the research. Does that kind of help anybody? You don't have to be an expert to share and to help other people help with their pain. They're in pain. They need you. Okay.
I find that people want to talk about their pain. You know, like some people, you know, older people love to talk about their pain, you know, and they're all about they're all about, you know, instant gratification. If you have something to offer them, they're all about it. You know, they want to check it out and try it. And I have also found this works for us, especially at Green Market. We do samples. So we do the little quarter drams, fill it with like wild orange, peppermint, lavender, and we put that with our business card and a little packet of Deep Blue or toothpaste in a little pouch. And we hand those out. People love free stuff. Mm-hmm. And they will take it and they will try it. And we are finding now that we have a lot of repeat customers coming back every week. And
excellent.
Actually they're buying the oils, and they're talking about, you know, how they use their samples and stuff. So yeah, that works. And that's kind of like an icebreaker. You know, I have found like I have to do deposits for my other job. And so I will whip out one of those little packets, you know, those little pouches, and give it to the bank teller and say, hey, you know, try this out for me. Let me know, you know, how you like it, you know, enjoy it, you know, like that. And they are more than happy to receive it.
And so do you follow up with them afterwards? Like
I do. Yeah, I do follow up with them. I'll say, so what did you use it for? How'd you like it? Did you like the smell? You know, you can, you know, there's other areas that you could use this for, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So.
That's great. I've been playing pickleball, and if you don't know pickleball, I've taken up pickleball and knitting, so I'm really getting kind of worried about myself.
No.
I play pickleball, and most of the people that are playing pickleball are older than I am. And I think, my people, these are my people. And I bring the boxes of the deep blue samples, and I just hand them out like candy. And I have to say, I'm not always one to tell them, I'm going to get back to you. I just figure I'm going to see them again, because they were all addicted to pickleball. So I'm going to see them again at the gym. And I'm excited to be able to continue that conversation later. It makes it a very organic, not salesy, not pushy. Somebody wants to play pickleball and their shoulder hurts or their knee hurts or their back hurts. Put this on. Let's see how you feel. And then they get out there and they went, hey, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to just have them experience the product in really an ideal setting. And I would think, Pilates would be the same way. When I was teaching Pilates, people were always, your standard line when they walk in is, how you feeling today? Anything you need to know about? And you hear about a head or a hangover. I used to hear about that every now and then, because it was a Sunday morning. Right, Amanda? Or they have pain. You want to get them on the reformer and working out without any pain. And so you can just offer a roller ball of deep blue is like the best, I think. This is just the easiest way to help people feel good when they're on the machine. And then before you know it, after class, they're like, what was that stuff? That was awesome. Somebody has a digestive issue and they're thinking, I gotta leave class and feel good. And then you have Just Send rollerball, and you have that right on the spot. So that's a great way to share your product and put it on them, get them on them immediately.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Anything you want to add? All right, I think we're going ahead and wrapping this up then. So Julie and Tara and I have some classes coming up this month. We have one on Sunday at Swill, and it will be a natural solutions class. And it's kind of just a conversation, just get together and talk about what maybe experiences that you've had or an issue that you're dealing with. Or there wasn't really any topic that we had in mind, but we just like to get together and drink, not coffee, at the coffee shop. Oh, you're on mute, honey.
We're using this handout because I have a stack of them and I want to use them up. But it's got the great, what are your top health priorities? How do you feel? What's your solution? And everybody walked away with a solution, Barbara changed it up. She ordered a glass of wine at 1 p.m, so it's like coffee or wine, whatever you want. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? But it's been a great class, more like a round table. Yeah. Bring your questions, you got oils you don't know what to do with. It's been a good one.
That's awesome.
Try not to do it on the Harper.
Yeah, we don't want to be where the Harpers are there.
And Tara next week is going to be doing a do-it-yourself beauty hacks class, and we're going to follow that up with a hand spa and mini facelift treatment, and that's going to be at the basement, and I think it's the last Sunday of the month, and I'll go ahead and send out a flyer with the classes on there, and then I have a couple of others that I'm going to throw in during the week. So if you want to join me for any of that, you're more than welcome. We can put you on a Zoom call if you just want to sit and listen or participate that way, or you can come and join us. Have a glass of wine at Swill. Thank you so much for being on the call, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
What's your Thursday? Wendy, what's your Thursday class? You have a Thursday class on like the 24th at Swill?
I do. I think I'm going to do aches and pains. I think I'm going to do aches and pains that day.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about inviting my pickleball people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good.
Julie, when are you supposed to start market?
June 6th. I read further and it's June 6th. They
Okay.
start the summer June 1st. So yeah, and if you could just put on your label Made in Nevada, that would
Yep.
be awesome, because I read that again and it's got to be made. It says it's got to be handmade within 125 miles of Reno
Okay.
Oh,
to be considered local.
Okay.
She's local. She's local enough.
Yep.
Yeah, she's local.
Alrighty, girls. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the recording. Thank you for coming.
Okay. If I